Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Tuesday, March 14, 2023. Today we'll recap yesterday's NBA, NHL, baseball spring training, and look ahead to today's games. Then we'll get into college basketball. We have the first four tonight and some NIT. Soccer, we'll go over some results from yesterday. Look ahead to a busy day in soccer today. World Baseball Classic, Oscars from Sunday night, news and notes, and best bet. All right, we'll start with the NBA today. We will recap the games from yesterday and look ahead to today's games. Pistons over the Pacers, 117-97. Timberwolves over the Hawks, 136-115. Heat over the Jazz, 119-115. Grizz over the Mavs, 104-88. Rockets over the Celtics, 111-109. Warriors over the Suns, 123-112. And the Bucks over Kings, 133-124. And the games tonight, there are 8 of them. 7 o'clock, you have the Cavs and the Hornets. My projection is Cleveland 6.5 total, 222.5. And we got here 8 and 222.5, slightly into Charlotte. Pistons Wizards. My line is the Wizards 13 1/4 total, 228 and 3/20, and it's 12.5 and 222 over. NBA TV, 7:30, Nuggets Raptors. My line is Nuggets by 4, total 230 in the 20th. And the Raptors are 1-point favorites, total 227. Whoo! Denver is an underdog on the road. Give me Denver +1 and -104. I know they haven't been playing well, but by their standards, but they shouldn't be an underdog in Toronto. Actually, just went to a pick'em. I'd still take the Raptors the Nuggets in a pick'em. Lakers Pelicans at 8. I have Pelicans 9 1/4 total 230 and 11/20, and it's 1 and 225.5. I'm gonna lay the 1 with the Pelicans, no LeBron. Nets Thunder, my line is pick'em in 230.5, and it is Thunder 1.5 total 231.5. Slightly into Brooklyn. Magic Spurs, my line is the Magic by 2 3/4, so 229 and 19/20, and it's 5.5 and 234. I'll take the under. 10 o'clock NBA TV, Bucks Suns. My line is the Bucks by 8.5, total 226 and 9/20, and it's 2 and 232. So that's a tough one. So we are going to lay the 2 with the Bucks on the road. Last but not least, Knicks Blazers. My line is the Blazers by 3, total 228 and 17/20. So that's thinking Jalen Brunson's not going to play. But with Brunson, I had Knicks by 1. But I didn't factor in a potential absence of Dame Lillard and Jeremy Grant either. It's 2.5 in favor of the Knicks, total 228. I'll take the Blazers getting the 2.5 for now, but if their guys are ruled out, then I'll lay it with the Knicks. Alrighty. Hockey, we'll go over the results from yesterday and look ahead to a big slate for tonight. Avs over the Canadiens 8-4. Sabres over the Leafs 4-3. Stars over the Kraken 5-2. Big slate tonight, 7 o'clock. ESPN Capitals Rangers from the Garden. Big game. Rangers -170. Caps +140 over under 6.5. Overs even money. Unders -132. Caps +1.5 is -164. Rangers -1.5 is +136. I like the over. Maybe some garbage time goals in there. Jets, Canes. Canes -205. Jets +168. Over under 5.5. Overs -130. Unders +106. Jets +1.5 is -146. Canes -1.5 is +122. That's a tough one. I'm gonna take first period result. Canes plus 135. Lightning Devils, a big one from The Rock. Should have this been on ESPN? Probably, but I understand why Caps Rangers was chosen. Devils minus 137, Lightning plus 114, over under 6.5, minus 110 each way. Lightning plus 1.5 is minus 210, Devils minus 1.5 is plus 172. I'm going to take the Lightning at plus 114 to beat the Devils. Golden Knights Flyers. Golden Knights minus 172, Flyers plus 142, over under 5.5, overs minus 132, unders plus 108. Vegas minus 1.5 is plus 142, Flyers plus 1.5 is minus 172. I'm going Vegas in regulation minus 110. Habs Penguins. Pens minus 350, Habs plus 275, over under 6.5, overs minus 122, unders even money. Habs plus 1.5 is plus 122, Pens minus 1.5 is minus 146. We're going with the Canadians on the puck line, plus 1.5 is plus 122. I know the Pens have been winning a lot lately, 7-1 in their last 8, last 9, and I just think this game's close. Maybe they win outright, who knows. Red Wings Preds at 8. Preds minus 152, Wings plus 126, over under 5.5, overs minus 132, unders plus 108. Wings plus 1.5 is minus 92, Preds minus 1.5 is plus 158. I'm going to go with the under at plus 108, amazingly enough. 8:30, Bruins Blackhawks. Old rivalry. Bruins minus 450, Blackhawks plus 340, over under 5.5, overs minus 138, unders plus 112. Bruins minus 1.5 is minus 64, Blackhawks plus 1.5 is plus 136. I'm going to go first period total goals over 1.5 at minus 118. Nine o'clock, Sens Oilers. Oilers minus 210, Sens plus 172, over under 6.5, overs minus 168, unders plus 136. Sens plus 1.5 is minus 130, Oilers minus 1.5 is plus 108. I'm going to go with that's a hard one. First period result, 3-way, Oilers plus 125. Flames Coyotes at 10. Flames minus 205, Coyotes plus 184, over under 6.5, overs minus 130, or minus 102, unders minus 120. Flames minus 1.5 is plus 112, Coyotes plus 1.5 is minus 134. I like the over. Stars Canucks. Stars minus 118, Canucks plus 115, over under 6.5. Overs even money, unders minus 122. Stars minus 1.5 is plus 176, Canucks plus 1.5 is minus 15. I like the over. 10:30, Isles Kings. Kings minus 140, Isles plus 116, over under 5.5. Overs minus 132, unders even money. Isles plus 1.5 is minus 220, Kings minus 1.5 is plus 180. I'm going to go tie after 60 plus 340. That screams overtime to me. And then Blue Jackets Sharks. Sharks minus 142, Columbus plus 118, over under 6.5. Overs minus 120, unders plus 104. Columbus plus 1.5 is minus 92. Sharks minus 1.5 is plus 158. I'm going to go Columbus on the money line, plus 118. I think they can win. Just to go with the random underdog. All right, spring training. We'll go over the results from yesterday, and we will look ahead to the slate for today. Twins over the Yankees, 1-0. Braves over the Orioles, 6-5-7. Orioles over the Tigers, 11-7. Rays over the Tigers, 9-5. Astros over the Nats. Nats over the Astros. I read that wrong. 7-6. Blue Jays over the Red Sox, 16-3. Mets over the Marlins, 9-3. D-backs over the Rangers, 11-8. Dodgers over the Guardians, 11-4. Brewers over the Reds, 8-0. A's over the Rockies, 8-7. Angels over the Mariners, 8-2. Giants over the Padres, 11-9. Today's games, 1 o'clock. Orioles, Pirates, Tigers. Twins Twins, Rays, Pirates, Twins. So the Twins have split squad. Cardinals, Astros, Braves, Phillies, Red Sox, Tigers, Astros, Marlins, Nats, Mets. 4 o'clock, Angels, Guardians, A's, White Sox, Royals, Mariners, Giants, D-backs, Reds, Royals. 6:30, Blue Jays, Yanks. 9 o'clock, Reds, Royals, and Rockies, Cubs. All right, now move on to college basketball. It is March, baby. We will start with the first 4, which will go down the night, or night 1 and night 2 of the first 4 from Dayton. So, South Region, Texas A&M Corpus Christi against Southeast Missouri State. I picked the entire bracket on the special show from last night, but we're just going to give out the gambling picks. So, 640 True TV, Southeast Missouri State, A&M Corpus Christi. The winner will play Alabama. I'm trying to get up the lines here. A&M Corpus Christi is a 3.5-point favorite. Total is 155.5. I project Corpus Christi 4.25. Total 153 and a 20th. So the pick here is going to be the under. And the second of 2 first 4 games for tonight, 9-10 on True TV. 11 seeds, Pitt and Mississippi State. Mississippi State's a 2.5-point favorite. Total is 133.5. I have Mississippi State favored by 2.5. Total 136 3/4. This game I'm going to pick the over. So opposite totals for the picks for these games. Looks like we don't know who the announcers are for these games yet. I'm going to check. Because I want to see who's calling the 2 games tonight. I want to say Brian Anderson's one of them and Spiro Dedes is the other. I could be wrong. Oh, tonight we got Tom McCarthy and Avery Johnson and John Rothstein. Ooh, the king of This Is March is the sideline reporter tonight. How awesome is that? Good for Tom McCarthy getting some tournament games here. So, Southeast Missouri State, A&M Corpus Christi, I'm going with under 155.5. And Pitt, Mississippi State, I'm going with over 133.5. In terms of straight-up picks, if you missed it last night, A&M Corpus Christi in the 16-seed game and the 11-seed game for tonight, Mississippi State over Pitt. And the NIT begins tonight as well. Just want to give out some picks for those games. 7 o'clock on ESPNU, you have Hofstra Rutgers. I project Hofstra 3.5 total. I'm sorry, Rutgers 3.5 total, 134 and 3/20. And it is 7.5 and 136.5. I'm going to take Hofstra plus the 7.5. I'm going to take them plus 255 to win outright. I actually picked them to advance in the NIT bracket I did. I wasn't doing an NIT show because that's not what you want. But I did it anyway, just for fun. ESPN2 Toledo, Michigan. From Michigan, it says the 6-3. My projection is Michigan 1 3/4, total 151 and 17/20, and it's 6.5 and 162.5. Whoo, baby! I'm picking the under for the pick for the podcast. But I'm also going to go Toledo plus 6.5 and plus 205 to win outright. 7:30, ESPN Plus, Southern Miss UAB. My projections, UAB by a whopping 17, total 145 and 3/4, and it's 9.5 and 155.5. I'm going to lay the points with UAB. 9 o'clock, ESPN 2, Villanova Liberty. My line is Liberty 3.5, total 136 and 9/20, and it's 3.5 and 137.5. So, slight under's the pick there. ESPN U, Yale Vandy. My line's Vandy by 8, total 141 and 9/20, and it's 3.5 and 146.5. So 4.5 point edge on Vandy, and an over 5 point edge on the under. So good. I like the under because it's scary that Vandy's only that low of a favorite. ESPN 9:30, Bradley, Wisconsin. My line's Wisconsin 2.25, total 130 and 3/5, and it's 2.5 and 127.5. I like the over, and I'm willing to throw in Bradley in a round robin with Hofstra and Toledo. 11 o'clock, ESPN U, Eastern Washington and Washington State. My line is Wazoo 10 and 3/4, total 140 and 2/5, and it's 9.5 and 151.5. Under's the pick. That's way too high. And on ESPN 2, Seton Hall, Colorado. My line is Colorado by 1, total 135 and 1/5. And it's 3.5 and 138.5. So for this one, I'm going to take the under. And I'm also willing to throw Seton Hall in an underdog parlay with some of the underdogs in a round robin. Okay. Now we'll move on to soccer. We'll recap notable results from yesterday, and we'll look ahead to a busy day today in soccer. So we have results last night from La Liga. Or was it somebody played yesterday? I forget who it was. Or was it the Mexican Liga? I swear somebody played yesterday. Oh, it was Italian Serie A. Milan and Salernitana 1-1 draw. And Spanish Liga did play. I was wrong. And Atletico over Girona 1-0 in Spanish Liga. All right, we have a lot of soccer to get into today. UEFA Champions League today, 4 o'clock, FC Porto and Inter Milan. Should be an interesting game today. Man City, we'll do that game next. Porto's plus 195, Inter's plus 155, draws plus 210. Inter leaves 1-0 on aggregate. I think that FC Porto is due to come through, so I'm going to take them at plus 195 to win here. And then at 4 o'clock, you have Man City and RP Leipzig tied on aggregate. Man City's minus 320. RP Leipzig's 9-1, draws plus 440. Man City's just a machine. Can't bet against them. I'm going under 2.5 goals at plus 128. the CONCACAF Champions League. 3 games tonight. 8 o'clock, you have the Philadelphia Union hosting Alianza FC, tied on aggregate. They were a 0-0 draw in their last matchup. So I'm trying to find here we go. The Union are minus 800 at home. Alane's is 15-1 on the road. Draws 6-1. I feel like the Union gotta win this one, right? Just gotta think that. I'm gonna go under 2.5 goals at plus 134. Union win 2-0. That's my guess. Maybe 1-0. Austin and Violet. Austin, a lot of pressure after losing that game to Violet last week. They're minus 3,000 home favorites. Violet's 31-1 as a dog, and the draw is 14-1. Austin's got to win this one. I'm going to go under 3.5 goals at plus 176. And then the second leg, you have Atlas and Olympia. Olympia lead 4-1 on aggregate. Olympia is 7-1 as a dog. Atlas is minus 370 as a favorite. And the draw is plus 460. I'm going to go over 3.5 goals at plus 116. And in the English League Championship, we have 6 games. I don't think I went over the results from the weekend. But I will, just in case I didn't. Friday, Stoke over Blackburn 3-2. Saturday, Bristol City over Blackpool 2-0. Birmingham over Rotherham 2-0. Burnley over Wigan 3-0. Coventry Hull 1-1 draw. Preston over Cardiff 2-0. QPR over Watford 1-0. Millwall over Reading 1-0. Luton over Sheffield United 1-0. Borough over Swansea 3-1. West Brom over Huddersfield 1-0. And then Sunday, Sunderland over Norwich City 1-0. All right, 6 games today. 3:45 Blackpool and QPR. Blackpool's plus 150, QPR's 2-1, draws 2-1. I'm gonna go with the draw 2-1. Millwall, Swansea. Millwall's minus 110, Swansea 310, draws 230. I'm gonna go with Millwall at home minus 110. Rotherham and Preston. Preston's plus 170. Rotherham's plus 175 at home, draws 2-1. I like the draw at 2-1. Watford, Birmingham. Watford's minus 130. Birmingham's plus 370. Draws plus 330. Or is 240? I read that wrong. I'm going to go with the draw plus 240. I like that. Wigan and Coventry. Wigan plus 250. Coventry plus 115. Draw plus 210. We'll go Coventry at plus 115 on the road. And last but not least, 4 o'clock, Borough and Stoke. Borough minus 160, Stoke plus 410, draw plus 280. Borough's hot. Can't bet against them. I'm going to go over 2.5 goals at minus 116. And I think that's really it for soccer. I know Major League Soccer has some other teams playing tonight, as we talked about, the Union and Austin. So, that's that English Premier League we have tomorrow, so we'll do that. on the show tomorrow. All right, WBC. We'll go over yesterday's results, and we will look ahead to today. All right, Great Britain over Colombia 7-5, Puerto Rico over Israel 10-0 after 8, and then U.S. beats Canada 12-1 after 7. And then Korea over China 22-2, and then Dominican Republic over Nicaragua 6-1. I think we talked about those yesterday. All right, only 4 games today, and then we have one overnight. We have Nicaragua and Venezuela, Pool D. I'm going to check DraftKings for the odds. They seem to be better at this than FanDuel. Let's see. Yeah, this lines up. Venezuela is a minus 6,000 favorite. Nicaragua's 8-1. Venezuela's minus 7.5 is minus 120. Nicaragua plus 7.5 is even money. Over under 11.5. Over is minus 105. Under is minus 115. I'll go with the over. Canada, Colombia on Fox Sports 2. Canada minus 125. Colombia plus 105. Over under 11.5. Minus 110 each way. Canada minus 1.5 is plus 115. Colombia plus 1.5 is minus 135. I'm going to go with the over on that one as well. I'm actually going to check if FanDuel potentially has them. Yes, they do have a few of them up. 7 o'clock, Israel and Dominican Republic. DR's minus 3,000. Israel plus 1120 over under 11.5. Over is minus 115. Under is minus 105. Israel plus 1.5 is plus 4.5 is plus 176. DR minus 4.5 is minus 225. I like the over. And then 10 o'clock, Great Britain and Mexico, not posted yet. I'm going to say Mexico wins that one. And then tomorrow morning, 6 o'clock a.m., Fox Sports 2, Australia and Colombia, as we have a quarterfinal. Getting underway. Cuba's minus 265. Australia is plus 210. I would say Cuba wins that game. I put Cuba in a money line parlay with a bunch of other teams. All right, Oscars. We'll go over very quickly the winners of the big awards because we did not have time to do that on the show. On Monday. So Jimmy Kimmel hosted. It was a great show. I think Kimmel shows this every year. He's fantastic. All right, Best Picture went to Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Daniel Kwan, Daniel Shiner, and Jonathan Wong. Producers, Best Director, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Daniel Kwan and Daniel Shiner. Best Actor, Brendan Fraser, The Whale, as Charlie. Best Actress, Michelle Yeoh, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, as Evelyn Kwan Wang. Best Supporting Actor, Ke Huy Quan, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, as Waymond Wong. Best Supporting Actress, Jamie Lee Curtis, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, as Deidre Beirdre. Best Original Screenplay went to Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, Daniel Kwan and Daniel Shiner. Best Adapted Screenplay, Women Talking, Sarah Polley, based on the novel by Miriam Taves. Best Animated Feature Film, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. Guillermo del Toro, Mark Gustafson, Gary Ungar, and Alex Bulky. Best International Feature Film, All Quiet on the Western Front from Germany, directed by Edward Berger. Best Documentary Feature, Navalny, Daniel Rower, Odessa Ray, Diane Becker, Melanie Miller, and Shane Boris. Best Documentary Short Subject, The Elephant Whispers, Kartiki Gonzalez and Gunit Manga. Best Live Action Short Film, An Irish Goodbye, Tom Berkeley and Ross White. Best Animated Short Film, The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse, Charlie Maxey and Matthew Frood. Best Original Score, All Quiet on the Western Front, Volker Bertelmann. Best Original Song, Not To from RRR. Music by M.M. Keeravani. Lyrics by Chandra Bose. I'm surprised Lady Gaga didn't win that for Hold My Hand. That should have been it. Best Sound, Top Gun Maverick, Mark Weingarten, James H. Mather, Al Nelson, Chris Burdon, and Mark Taylor. Best Production Design, All Quiet on the Western Front. Production Design, Christian M. Goldbeck. Set Decoration, Ernestine Hipper. Best Cinematography, All Quiet on the Western Front, James Friend. Best Makeup and Hairstyling, The Whale, Adrian Murat, Judy Chin, and Anne Marie Bradley. Best Costume Design, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, Ruth E. Carter. Best Film Editing, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Paul Rogers. And Best Visual Effects, Avatar, The Way of the Water, Joe Letteri, Richard Bainham, Eric St. Don, and Daniel Barrett. All right, my big takeaway is that Everything Everywhere All at Once won everything. Top Gun Maverick, I'm surprised it didn't do that. Surprised it didn't win multiple awards. Same with Black Panther. I'm surprised those two movies didn't do better in this year's Oscars. But it was a great Oscars show, regardless. We'll move on to news and notes now for today. The big story from yesterday is that NFL free agency got underway. There's a lot of big trades and already agreements. The Pats trade Jonnu Smith to the Falcons, clear cap space for a 7th-round pick. And what tells me, I guess he's going to be a backup because of Kyle Pitts. Speaking of the Falcons, big extension for Chris Lindstrom, 5 years, $105 million. Austin Eckler requests a trade after failed contract talks. We'll see what happens there. The Bucs are shopping Shaq Mason. That doesn't stun me. They might be blowing it up and rebuilding. The Broncos can trade a wide receiver, whether it's Judy, Sutton, or Hamler. The 49ers signed Javon Hargrave, 4-year, $84 million. $40 million guaranteed. That's a big signing for the 49ers. Big loss for the Eagles. The Broncos signed Mike McGlinchey. They're signing him to a 5-year deal. I think it's like 5 for 90, 4 for 80, something like that. And Jimmy G signs with the Raiders. 3 years, $67.5 million, $34 million guaranteed. That's a great contract for Garoppolo. That was the best quarterback contract given out of the offseason so far. The Dolphins signed Mike White, 2 years, $60 million, the backup to Tagovailoa. Jawan Taylor, 4 years, $80 million with the Chiefs. That's a big contract after they let go of Orlando Brown. There are some Jet players with cryptic tweets. Garrett Wilson and Quinnen Williams appear ready for Aaron Rodgers amid a rumor that the deal is done. And that was according to Trey Wingo, but it wasn't reported by Adam Schefter that it's done. It's not done until Adam Schefter says it's done. Sorry, Trey Wingo. Tremaine Edmonds to the Bears. 4 years, $72 million, $50 million guaranteed. That's a big signing for Chicago. They're going for it. Falcons signing Jesse Bates, 4-year deal. $16 million a year. So that would be 4 for 64. So the Falcons get a big signing on defense. Patrick Peterson to the Steelers. I think that's a 1-year deal. That's a big signing for Pittsburgh. The Cowboys want Bobby Wagner. And the Seahawks are also interested in bringing him back. Devontae Adams had a weird Instagram story, and he clears the air after what he said. 49ers signed Sam Darnold, 1-year deal. Smart signing considering the uncertainty with Brock Purdy and Trey Lance. And Sam Darnold, not awful, and I think he has more talent around him. I think he would succeed there. Jameis Winston back to the Saints, 1 year, $8 million after getting released by them. So he's just there on a cheaper deal. Vikings signed Marcus Davenport, 1 year, $13 million. I like that signing for them. There's teams eyeing Jacoby Brissett. Among them is the Bucs and the Eagles. The Bucs make sense, and the Eagles if they lose the backup, Minshew. The Browns land Dalvin Tomlinson, 4 years, $57 million. That's a good contract for him. Colts signed Matt Gay, the kicker, 4 years, $22 million. Biggest deal for a kicker in free agency. Oof. I hate when kickers sign for that much money that aren't like Tucker or even Chris Boswell of the Steelers. Robbie Gould, obviously. But Matt Gay, come on. The Jets are trying to sign Alan Lazard, which is not surprising because Rodgers loves him. The Texans are signing Jimmy Ward as he's being reunited with DeMeco Ryans. The Giants signed Bobby Okeke, 4 years, $40 million. I don't know if I like that signing for the Giants. Okeke, decent player. The Giants needed linebacker help. But I feel like whenever they sign a linebacker in free agency, it's a flop. Or trade for one. Alec Ogletree. Blake Martinez. So that's my big fear with that signing. Jason Kelsey is coming back. He says he ain't effing done. After rumors of him retiring. And the NFL rule change proposal, 4th and 20 to replace onside kicks. That would be something. Because what's more likely, the opposite team recovering an onside kick or a team converting on 4 and 20? I'd say the latter. And just coming down right now, the Texans are acquiring Shaq Mason from the Bucs. So good for the Texans trying to go for it a little bit. Try to be better. That tells you all you need to know about what their draft plans are. They want Bryce Young. The big story from yesterday that wasn't football was that John Morant enters a counseling program in Florida. No timetable for return. Hopefully, Ja gets the help he needs. I can't blame him for it. He was going through some tough times. I think it contributed to the Grizzlies' slide. And nobody really knew about it until it was reported. And then the Instagram Live story happened. So, it's not really all that stunning that he's going to get help, and hopefully he gets the help that he needs and is back playing for the Memphis Grizzlies. Mike Brown had a fun post-fight quote because there was a fight in the game between Brook Lopez and Trey Lyles as Lyles was ejected. Mike Brown says, "Ain't taking no shit from nobody." Love that quote from Mike Brown. That was fire. Good on him. Giannis came back last night against the Kings. Big reason why I lost best bet, and that game went way over. D'Angelo Russell wants to stay with the Lakers as he wants to be LA's point guard of the future as he approaches free agency this summer. I think they got to re-sign him considering what they gave up to get him. Well, they got a lot out of that deal, more than Russell, but they got to re-sign Russell, I think. New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy backs Rutgers' resumes. He laid out why the Scarlet Knights should be in the tournament. He actually did a decent job with that, I got to admit. So good on the governor of New Jersey for doing that, because I think Rutgers belonged in the field too. I said that on the show yesterday. All right, baseball news. Joe Pepitone passes away at the age of 82, three-time All-Star and three-time Gold Glover for the Yankees in the 1960s. Passes away on Monday. Thoughts and prayers to his family and the Yankees. Sad news coming from Major League Baseball. Trevor Bauer signing in Japan as he signs with the Yokohama Bay Stars as he went unsigned in the league after suspension following domestic violence allegations. Wonder how he's going to pitch there. So some soccer news. Bayern and LAFC announced partnership focused around talent development. So that's pretty cool. The USS came out with a statement on Berhalter as Alston and Bird investigation continues. Berhalter remains candidate for the head coaching position. 2026 World Cup expansion. 104 games, which is up from 64. 12 groups of 4 teams each. So that is awesome that we're seeing World Cup expansion. And there's rumors that Carter Hart could be on the move in the summer as the Flyers look to rebuild properly. So keep an eye on that one. That would be a big story if they were to trade Carter Hart. All right, last but not least, my best bet of the day brought to you by FanDuel. One stood out to me. It was a hockey pick I gave out. It's a pick I usually don't give out on the podcast, but it's a pick that's worth giving out because of the futility of one team and the dominance of the other team. And I'm talking about the Bruins-Blackhawks game. I'm giving out first period total goals over 1.5, minus 118. I'm going to lay a quarter of a unit on it. I feel pretty good about this. Over 1.5, minus 118 between the Bruins and the Blackhawks for my best bet of the day. All right, so that's it for the show. I'll be back tomorrow recapping everything. Look ahead to everything tomorrow. A lot of reality TV talk. We have to recap Idol from Sunday, and we have Survivor and Masked Singer to preview as well. Hope you guys have a great day, everyone.